Your question is about learning. Well, it's a very large topic about learning. Let's find out what stops us from learning. It could be a sense of vanity that I know everything, that I am a certified person. I'm already certified that I have learned something. So you're stagnating. If that is the case, you need to come out to know that there's much more to learn and not have a fixation on the certificate that you have got in the past that you have learned something. So if you are full of vanity, full of pride that of what you have already learned, this will inhibit further learning. Further learning can be inhibited if you have one of the three emotions, which is insecurity, fear, or four emotions, that is threat perception, and as well as experience of guilt or even embarrassment. I repeat it, embarrassment, guilt, insecurity, threat perception, and fear. So if you have any one of this, that will inhibit you to come out, to be expressive, and to expose yourself to risks, because without exposing yourselves to new things, one just cannot learn. So attend to these five emotions. And then reason it out yourself. Be tough on your reasoning. Sometimes you may have to defeat some of your insecurities, some of your guilt, some of your embarrassments, and then seek new learning. And now that's called tough reasoning. Why should you be doing that? So tough reasoning is one way. The other way is productive reasoning. Productive reasoning is to be able to reason out why you should be learning this specific thing that is going to increase your comfort and convenience in the future. So for the sake of future, you have to do a productive reasoning to find out the pros and the cons and to discover reasons by which you should move forward into new areas of learning. What you must be cautious is that you may have something called defensive reasoning. Defensive reasoning is the way you have learned to protect your ignorances, such as insecurity, such as the pain of introspection, the pain of knowing that you must have made some mistake somewhere. Generally, people avoid. They look an alternative route where they do not want to do introspection and see their own weaknesses. So this is defensive reasoning, where you keep on blaming other people, blaming the environment. So this can inhibit your learning if you are in defensive reasoning. So the objective must be to grasp growth opportunities. And one of the greatest growth opportunity is to become useful to other people. And to become useful to other people, one has to keep on learning. See, if you do not learn very much, it's not a wrong thing that you do. You can survive in this world without learning much. But it just makes you not so useful to other people as much as you could be if you would continuously learn. What is learning? I would define learning as upgrading and updating. As and when every day things change around us, environment changes, you have to deal with newer challenges, newer hostilities. So upgrading and updating new skills by yourself, of the way you think, your attitude, all this amounts to learning. So keep updating, keep upgrading. Learn to cope with new challenges. Learn to cope with new hostilities. They are just there for you to cope with. You need to have immense patience and deal with your own mind and learn to cope with it. Do not despair. There's no need to despair, because there are opportunities to learn further. And as you learn further, it increases your competitiveness in the market or anywhere you are. You need to enhance your competitiveness. You may be compelled to compare yourself with other things happening around you, or you may have some aspirations to reach somewhere which is really out of reach for you currently. Or you may be so inspired by somebody or some things that you may want to upgrade. And that is the way you have to increase your competitiveness. I recommend strongly that you enhance your number of transactions with people, social transactions, and civic interactions. The more you involve yourself in civic interactions and social transactions, it improves your competence. And learn things skill yourself in any one thing that is of interest to you that will increase your competence. So social competence and technological competence will allow you to upgrade yourselves. So I've dealt with coping, competitiveness, and competence. Now, if you think that these are just becoming a little too much for you to reach out right now, learn to contribute. That is the fourth C. I would say coping, competitive, competence, and then contribute. So leave the other three and focus on contribution. How much are you able to contribute to find solution for so many people, for so many things? Be creative, and that way you can be contributive. So by contributive, you enhance your usefulness to people, and that is the finest growth opportunity. And all this is founded on one word called learning, which is defined as upgrading and updating. Happy learning.